Best wishes to all of you who are a part of the Crypto Insights family. We are the trustworthy source for anything and everything that has to do with XRP. It would be really appreciated if you could give me a good smash on the like button, push the subscribe button, and switch on notifications before we get started. This will allow you to become a part of our growing community. Now, let's move on to the most controversial topic of the day. $10,000 worth of XRP has been formally frozen, and it is all tied to a top-secret program that we are referring to as Project Valor. Ripple and the United States government are working together on a project called Project Valor, which is under strict confidentiality and is expected to cause a stir in the world of digital banking. If you were to believe that the case that was filed by the CC was nothing more than a legal battle, the evidence that we have unearthed here paints a completely different picture than what you might currently be thinking about. It has been reported by a variety of different sources that the court battle was nothing more than a smokescreen. Despite the fact that the general public was distracted with the show that was taking place in the courts, the government was covertly conducting stress tests on XRP as a major digital asset. According to the documents that we have reviewed, it seems as though there was a concentrated effort made to carry out an analysis of Ripple's technology, its settlement speed, and its capability to carry out large-scale real-time transactions in a secure manner. There are hazy requests for proposals, RFP, and internal briefings from a whistleblower who works for the Department of Defense that are included in these materials. The name that appears to be ascribed to this initiative is Project Valor, and the purpose that it seeks to accomplish is nothing short of revolutionary. Recommended that the United States establish a strategic digital reserve that incorporates XRP as a fundamental component. Would you like to have a conversation about the significance of this? Since its start, XRP has been created with speed, scalability, and efficiency in mind. It would appear that the government has come to the conclusion that XRP is in a position that nothing else can match in terms of its ability to replace the obsolete infrastructure that is typically utilized in the process of payments and settlements, both locally and globally. The materials that we have found reveal that Project Valor includes specific references to distributed ledger technology and instant settlement, both of which are qualities that are indicative of Ripple's methodology. Both of these traits are known as distributed ledger technology. The source said that the system was being tested not just for its capacity to handle financial transactions, but also for its durability in situations that were of essential importance and involved high stakes. This was acknowledged by the person from the Department of Defense. The application of this technology at this scale is something that traditional banking rails are unable to achieve. During the time that everyone was focusing on legal filings and courtroom timeframes, the United States government was conducting a covert evaluation of XRP under controlled conditions. They were stress testing the ledger and confirming that Ripple's decentralized network could meet the stringent requirements of federal-level operations. This was occurring in the background at the time. It is about time that the story starts. So let's get started right away. To put it another way, the SEC case might be thought of as a big experiment that is publicly accessible. All of the arguments, motions, and disclosures that were made during the course of a more extensive auditing method were considered to be components. It was one that made assured that the ledger, the protocol, and Ripple Labs themselves were able to bear investigation from the most demanding institutional partners in the world. When the litigation was finally resolved, it was not just a legal victory for Ripple, it was also, in essence, the final approval for Project Valor. All of these things were accomplished simultaneously. Should the government be able to establish legislative clarity, it would be in a position to safely incorporate XRP into its more broad strategic objectives. So, over the course of a number of years, this is the conclusion that has been arrived at as a result of the observation, testing, and operational verification that has been carried out. Because we are only hearing rumors about Project Valor at this point in time, it is clear that this collaboration is incredibly delicate. This is proved by the fact that we are only hearing this. If I'm being really honest with you, The repercussions are absolutely mind-boggling when viewed from a financial perspective. When an entity of the magnitude of the United States Treasury begins to save XRP as a strategic reserve asset, the scarcity of the cryptocurrency will be the sole factor that drives price action in a manner that we have never seen before. This is something that we have never seen before. Our estimate suggests that even a conservative scenario indicates that an achievable objective for the price of XRP would be $10,000 per unit. Give some consideration to it. There are only a certain number of XRP coins that are currently in circulation. The natural dynamics of the market lead to the establishment of extreme scarcity, which is further aggravated when large-scale government accumulation is joined with rising worldwide usage. This situation causes the market to become extremely scarce. After taking into consideration the fact that BRICS nations, the European Union, and other emerging financial powerhouses are studying digital currencies based on XRP, you begin to have a better idea of the bigger picture. The digital currency known as XRP is evolving into an asset that is becoming increasingly important to the global infrastructure and possesses substantial strategic importance. A coin is no longer the only thing it is. We should spend some time to explore the inner workings of Project Valor before we go on to the next step. The information that we have obtained from our sources indicates that the initiative is not limited to the settlements that are located within the country. The distributed ledger that Ripple employs is currently being explored for its cross-border capabilities, which would make it a perfect candidate for dealing with matters pertaining to international treasury policies. It has been asserted that the government of the United States is carrying out an investigation into the prospect of adopting XRP in order to optimize settlement times between members of the alliance, enhance transparency, and minimize the risk that is associated with the transfer of fiat currency. Real-time simulations of transfers totaling several billions of dollars were utilized during the preliminary testing phase of the operation. It is also reported that the ledger passed each and every stress test with flying colors. This is something that has been spoken about. When it comes to traditional banking networks, for instance, the execution of transactions of a comparable kind can take anywhere from 2 to 4 days. Furthermore, the fees and delays that are linked with these transactions are, at best, unknown. Instantaneous settlement, cost predictability, and complete transparency are all features that are offered by XRP, which is enabled by Ripple's technology. This combination is considered by government agencies to be irreplaceable for large-scale strategic operations because of its unique characteristics. As the story continues to unfold, it is of the utmost importance that we recognize the wider implications that this tale has for the cryptocurrency sector. It is feasible that the implementation of XRP into government operations will mark a turning point for the acceptance of XRP by institutions. XRP by institutions. The fact that Ripple was the first digital asset to be brought to market gives it an advantage over other digital assets, despite the fact that additional digital currencies may arrive after XRP. Ripple's long-standing connections and established technology offer it an advantage. Project Valor is responsible for the real-time confluence of national security, financial innovation, and the acceptance of cryptocurrencies. This convergence is taking place because of Project Valor. This endeavor is not about making conclusions or spreading rumors about specific individuals. The objective is to create a financial infrastructure that is not